From LEX 18, your official UK sports station for Big Blue Nation, this is BBN Tonight. Presented by Central Bank, the official bank of UK athletics.
Well, welcome into BBN Tonight. I'm Mary Jo Perino.
She is, and I'm Eli Gehn. Tonight, Camp Cal has officially begun, and we'll hear more from Mark Stoops on his search for a new offensive coordinator.
And we're going to be joined by women's basketball assistant coach Nia Butts and UK Sports Network analyst Mike Pratt. We got a lot to get to today. It's officially the most wonderful time of the year. That's Camp Cal season. Boy, do they need it. It happens every year when the players are done with final exams. They don't have classes to go to. So coaches don't have any practice time restrictions, and that's tonight's Big Blue story presented by Baptist Health. Camp Cal lets the team have 2 and even 3-a-day sessions. Historically, the Wildcats always come out looking better on the other side of it, and this year's team may need it more than any group we've seen before. With 10 new faces and the pandemic drastically limiting the amount of time they spent together, this might be just what the doctor ordered.
We have to have some leaders on that court. And I'm going to do some things in these practices to force them to lead themselves, have them huddle themselves. We've just, it's stuff like I said. I kind of get excited. Can't stand what our record is right now, but this excites me. This is, and I love it when it's done and you'll never do it. And I hear that stuff every single year. And that's what wakes me up early in the morning. So let's figure this out together.
Well, and they have some figuring out to do. Cal is right. A big part of that is a leadership component. Doesn't seem to be there right now. Obviously, this team needs to work on a lot of things. So maybe this Camp Cal thing, Eli, again, it happens every year, but it's never really happened when they've been 1-3 and truly struggling.
Yes, it's exactly what they needed. He's mentioned many times that there has been a lack of face-to-face coaching and teaching and getting the players together. If you're able to do this where they're having 3 practices a day, ramp it up a little bit, really give them a dose of, we're 1-3.
This ain't working.
Yeah, this ain't working, you guys. Let's get it together. Hopefully they do come out on the good side at the end of it. Okay, well, some bad news also coming out of the Cal's weekly radio show last night. The timeline for Keion Brooks' return has been pushed back once again. Brooks' calf injury was originally said to be nothing major back in October, but he has yet to make his season debut. Coach Cal says he could still be 2 to 3 weeks away. He said that like a week ago, meaning his first game back might be the Louisville game the day after Christmas. Mary Jo, you look at this, how big of a setback can this actually be? It's pretty concerning at this point that he hasn't even played yet. Yeah,
it's been 2 to 3 weeks for 2 to 3 weeks at least. It's been a while. And when Cal's looking for leadership, this was kind of the guy, besides the transfers, that we were saying, okay, Keion is going to be a dude that can lead this team. So they're missing him big time. We need to get him back. Let's switch gears. The football team is officially on day 2 of its search for a new offensive coordinator after Eddie Gran and quarterbacks coach Darren Hinshaw were let go. Since then, the media has been full of speculation on who the replacements could be. Stoops told Tom Leach last night on his radio show that whatever you're hearing probably isn't right, and that there are a lot of people interested, so he's doing his due diligence.
You always keep, some guys, whether it be on a list or in the back of your mind. And, you know guys through the profession, and, certainly you do. But you also, once the news becomes public, you also see what opportunities present themselves. And that's always something that, is good as well, because new names may come in front of you. And, again, you have to do your due diligence that way. Look at my last 2 defensive coordinators. I didn't know them at all. You know what I mean? When Matt House, and he did a heck of a job and ended up going on and winning a Super Bowl. And then Brad White, I didn't know him a lick either. You know what I mean? And so, but they both have done a fantastic job for me, and they've been great additions to our staff. I'll do my due diligence, and I do want to. Everybody would like to make a hire quickly, but not at the expense of not getting the right guy. So you have to do your due diligence, go through some things, and make sure you get the right person.
And listen, Eli, yesterday we kind of talked about the recruiting piece to this, and I think even if Mark doesn't have someone in place by the time the signing period begins and whatever, just the fact that they know, recruits will know he's going out and looking for a guy that's going to throw the ball around more.
Yes, which is obviously what they need. And plus on the recruiting thing, you have Vince Marrow.
Yeah.
Big dog. He's going to get the recruits anyway.
He's going to eat.
You can't, if he offers you can't leave him. It's too good. All right, well, the Kentucky women's basketball team is moving up in the rankings after an impressive comeback to beat Indiana over the weekend. The Wildcats, they've cracked the top 10. They're now ranked number 9 in the country in the latest AP poll. The Cats will look to keep that momentum going and to keep their undefeated streak alive when they take on Marshall tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. That game will be on the SEC network.
And coming up next on BBN Tonight, we're going to get more into that. Some big women's basketball stories over the last few weeks.
That is right. We'll have all that and more, plus assistant coach Nia Butts on to talk about being the team's interim head coach. Stay with us.